My first memories of Tennessee football go way back. I can't ever remember not wearing orange and not just loving Tennessee football. Growing up, you see everything, and you see the walk, you see the running out of the tee. But then when you become a part of it, it's almost like you become part of the family. My name is Eric Haig. I work in the Office of Development and Alumni Affairs here at the University of Tennessee. As a student here, I was a student equipment manager for the football team. Did that for 3 seasons, and then was asked by Coach Fulmer to move upstairs and work directly under him. My name is Andrew Haig, and I'm a junior here at the University of Tennessee, and I am currently a student equipment manager. Both my mom and my dad went to school at Tennessee, and both of my brothers and I were just entrenched in Tennessee football. I was always taught, even when I was younger, by looking up to my older brothers, and by looking up to my dad, and being involved in Little League sports, that you never quit, and you always compete, and you always try your best. Christmas Eve was on a Sunday that year, and the plan was for my dad to take myself and Brent and Andrew, my brothers, to Sunday school. He was going to drop us off at church, and then he was going to go on to my grandmother's house, who also lived in Hendersonville, and pick up some of our presents, I guess, that they were stashing there. And while my mom stayed home to finish up some baking and some wrapping to get ready for Christmas the next day. So we were on our way to church, and we were listening to Christmas music, and we're just involved in a tragic car accident. I don't really remember much from the accident. I can remember leading up to it. I was sitting in the middle seat of the back. We were in a minivan. I was sitting in the middle seat. My brother Brent was next to me, to my right. And I'm looking out the window to my left and just looking at the houses. And then, I don't remember a noise or anything. And it just happened. I suffered some broken bones, and Andrew suffered some bad abdominal and back injuries, and my dad and middle brother Brent, who was in 6th grade at the time, didn't survive. I'll never forget it. I had just had my leg surgery, and so I was out in the hallway at the hospital. They were kind of trying to get me back on my feet and get me used to using this little walker that I hated, and was in a lot of pain. And I remember finally making it back to my room from the hallway and kind of plopping in the bed, and then they had said, "Someone's on the phone for you," and it was almost at the same time that I was getting back in bed. And so I was like, "Well, just tell them to hang on for just a second." And so, like a minute or two later, I got situated and said hello, and he probably said, "Hey Eric, this is Coach Fulmer." And I'd love to see my face, but I was probably I may have said 2 words the whole phone conversation. We got the call in the hospital, and my mom picks up the phone and she's like, "Andrew, Coach Fulmer's on the phone." And I was like, no, you're just kidding me. Don't, just put it down. I know you're kidding. And then she hands me the phone, and it's Coach Fulmer. But I remember him telling me to be, to keep a good attitude and stay upbeat for my mom and my brother. And that's how everything kind of started up as far as leading down the road to being able to work for the football team now.
I think no act of kindness, regardless of how simple it may be, is ever wasted. And by picking up the phone and calling 2 devastated boys in the hospital has truly made a life-changing impression on both of them. And the relationship didn't just stop there. Coach Fulmer has been a mentor and a father figure for both Eric and Andrew for several years now.
But then you have all your family and friends who rally around you, who call you, come visit you, offer you words of encouragement. For Coach Fulmer to be one of those people who our family had no connections to, and to become so involved in our life, mine and Eric's lives, it was a blessing. in such a terrible time. I'm talking about people being such a blessing in your life, and God putting people in your life for a reason. I think there's no doubt about it that his, I guess, arrival on the scene in our lives at that time gave me, I know, and I'm sure Andrew and my mom and all of our family a hope that, that God's going to turn this into a positive, and I think he has.
Well, I can assure you I've been as blessed by that family and those two young men as anybody could ever be. And, as the position that you hold as a coach, at any level really, is pretty special to the community, and in our case the state, and to reach out and be able to in some small way help at that particular time was really neat to be able to do, and they were big Tennessee fans already, didn't have a lot of sales to do, and then a relationship grew out of that, and part of that even being the Jason Foundation now, that is doing so many good things to prevent or educate and prevent teenage suicide. So I got the blessings from those two young men in the family, and I love them much, I can say that.
It's about blocking and tackling, but it's also about changing people's lives.
It is. It's very much about that. And thank God, I had wonderful parents and coaches and people as I grew up that made a difference in my mind, my life. My little league coaches. I've just been so blessed all the way through college, and I take that as a serious effort, or to give a serious effort to give back some of that. And like I said, I've been blessed countless many times over by just having the opportunity to do some of those things.
When we come back, second half highlights of Tennessee and Kentucky here on the Phillip Fulmer Show.
Forget the